So what I'm gonna do today is install a keyless entry system. As many of you know, if you have a Gen 2, Gen 2.5, the original factory keyless alarm system eventually fails. This is the control module. There's several tutorials on Expedition Portal. You can find how to remove it. It's fairly simple. Just removing the box, and this is like a wiring harness and a couple other wires for power and for the siren. Really simple to remove. But the goal here is to reinstall a keyless system, and I got this from Amazon. It was actually recommended by a fellow Montero owner, Dustin Talon. Definitely check him out. He gave me some good advice on how to hook up the wires on the Montero, but after looking at the directions, I think I can also use the old adapter harness from the factory one with this harness for the FICBOX keyless entry system. So that's what I'm going to do. Basically here, these is like a bridge connector for, I guess, some control box inside the dash, because this actually, I believe this end connected to this control module that's in the Montero. I think no, this one, and this actually went into the control box, and this right here from the diagram is for the locks. So these should be for the locking, and this should be for unlocking. And I'm going to follow this diagram on the instructions here for this one, because it looks like this will match up to that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed with installation. Alright, the first step, what we're going to have to do is remove these covers to access these bolts. Let's get a flathead screwdriver, pop them open. There. And I believe those are 10mm nuts. So we just unbolt those. Okay, the next bolts you need to remove are there's two little screws. Look like these. Now, you screwed into those two holes. And the same thing for the fuel latch. Once you remove those, this dash should be able to come out also. You gotta remove all those screws and loosen them there. Get this dash out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, after you get those 10mm nuts, you're gonna have these screws right here. Those run right under the dash speaker. And there's another one there that's missing. But yeah, there's another one there. Remove those. Alright, once you get this panel off, remember, try to hold on panel. If you have aftermarket speakers, the factory plug won't be connected, so you don't do any damage. Make sure you hold the panel, and then you just slightly remove those plugs. So what I end up doing is I used the existing harness that was originally for the Mitsubishi module, and I kind of fabricated and used some of it to hook up the new FICBOX Keyless entry system. So the harness I use for the door locks is actually the best one right here. I use this, which is this plug right here. Alright, actually the old plug is somewhere on here. Here it is. This was the original plug, so I just snipped it off, and I used these. So on the OEM unit, the black with the red stripe is for locking, and the black with the blue stripe is for unlock. So there's the black with the blue stripe and black with the red stripe. So you just get those two together, crumble them together, use as connectors. So on the aftermarket box, I actually used this right here. You're going to use this on the FICBOX instructions here. I use this diagram. So the solid white is the closing, the locking signal. So here's a solid white going from the FICBOX on harness to this, and then that's the unlock, which is white with the black stripe. Yeah. So that takes care of that. And then what you want to do is, I used again part of the existing harness, which right here. I didn't use any of this. I don't know what this is for, but I did not use any of this. The only thing I used for the power and ground is the white constant. That's your for your 12-volt power, and this is your ground. And then really simple reds for power and the ground. And then what you want to do is take both your yellow wires, the solid yellow and the yellow with the black, and tie them together, and they use the same ground. Okay, yellow and solid yellow, yellow black with your ground, they all share the same ground. So you connect them to the ground wire right here. Then your power red, that's your 12-volt constant. And then you probably have another fuse here from the existing. It's a 15 amp. Make sure there's that's hooked up, because if you don't, you're not going to get power here. So you're going to have two fuses from that, from the original harness, and then for the FICBOX. So I guess that's a good thing. This will solve the lock and unlock. We'll show you that in a second. So the program, the remote, you're going to get two of these. Two remotes, right? So what you're going to do is press this program button right here for 3 seconds. If you hook up the LED light that comes with it, it's somewhere here, but you connect it, it will blink. And what you want to do is hit your lock and unlock. Lock and does it for 10, it'll leave programming mode for 10 seconds, so it'll allow you to program both the remotes. Once you do that, you test them out. It's already on lock. I don't have a trunk thing, so I don't use that, but there you go. Okay, once you get that solved, you can leave it as is. You have a lock unlock, but I also wanted the indicators to go on when I locked the vehicle and unlock it. And looking at the FSM and all that stuff, it's pretty tight in here. I suck at electrical and I get really frustrated. This looks like this was aftermarket, if it's done aftermarket wise, and I followed this wire and I connected it, tried to figure it out. I was not getting power to the indicators. I was gonna tie into here, but it's pretty tight in here, and I couldn't determine anything here, so I decided to run power to the lights through the hazard switch. And for power for both sides, if you go on the top of the switch, this plug right here, it's these two wires right here. It should be green with a yellow stripe and green with a blue stripe. This will do, I think, left side and right side, both front and rear indicators. I got one of these connectors, tapped into it, and a plug connector. I created my own harness. And what I'm going to do is just run it down. After this, I'm going to clean it up. And it goes to the two brown wires on the FICBOX harness. And that, it will blink once to lock and blink twice to unlock. So we're going to check that out right now. Alright, I'm going to test it out. Lock. Unlock.